What's up, guys, and welcome back to Faith Family Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Dominique, but you guys can call me Dom. We are in my dining room because we are going to be doing something really exciting today. We have waited over a year and a half to do something like this, and so I hope you guys are as excited as I am to be doing this. If you've been following us for a while, about a year and a half ago, we got some pigs that we were raising as breeder pigs. They had piglets earlier this year. I want to say about February, and we've been raising 2 of the piglets this whole time. And so we finally just recently, I made a video about that. It was not a very popular video on my channel, but nonetheless, I wanted to show us breaking down or butchering a pig. We didn't really show us breaking it down, but we butchered the pig and cut it in half, and I think that's basically where the video ended. But we ended up doing that, and we don't eat a lot of, I want to say, like pork chops and like shredded pork. That's just never something that we've bought in the past a lot. We've only ever, like, pork would be like sausage or bacon. So with having a big half pig, whole pig, we basically have, we butchered 2 pigs. We did give away half of one of the pigs to our friends. They live down the street, and it's because they actually ended up breaking down the pigs for us. They're chefs, and so they knew what they were doing. So we did share half a pig with them as like compensation, because we still have 1 more pig that we need to end up processing, and they have been the ones to break down the pigs for us. With that being said, we do eat a lot of ground meat because it's quick and easy. We did get half of a grass-fed cow, but with having a whole pig, besides we did cut off the belly to make bacon. We haven't done that yet. This past Thanksgiving, we tried to cure our own ham. That didn't really turn out. It didn't taste like a regular like Thanksgiving ham, but I mean, it was still pork and it tasted good nonetheless. But we did break down a lot of and cut into little pieces. Allison did while she was here, because my plan was always to have ground pork that I can turn into our own sausage. So that's basically a long intro into what this video is going to be about. I have our, I have our new food grinder right here. Let's see if I could bring you in closer, and you can see it's reverse button, the on button, and then the off button. Nehemiah put this all together for me while I was at work, so this is going to be our first time using it together. Here is the chute where the meat is going to go in, and I am not making like sausage links. I am doing what is it called, like minced or ground meat. And so that's the, let me see if I can turn you around. That's the blade. I used a smaller blade. They did come with extra attachments that are on the table back there, and it came with different things if I wanted to make either sausage links, you're gonna go get it, and bigger ones if I wanted the meat to be bigger texture. So this is bigger than the one I just showed you, but I changed it to the smaller one. It came with like this one. So there's different attachments that this came with, and basically we have defrosted the pig that we cut up into chunks, and Nehemiah wanted to be here for this because she basically wanted to be the one to use this machine. So we're gonna try and use it together for the first time on camera with you, and see if we can get all of this pork to fit into this bowl. We'll see. I'll probably have to get a different bowl, but then after it's all grinded, I'm going to use my kitchen scale to refreeze it into 1 pound portions, and at the end I'll tell you how many pounds I was able to get from the meat that we have so far. So when we butchered the pig, Allison came over, and then, like I shared, just we just wrapped it up until I could basically get to it, and now's the time that we can get to it. And so we're gonna like unwrap it and just start putting it through. So we have 4 bags here, and they're all cut up. I'll show you into little like cubes when Nehemiah unwraps. I'll show you what that looks like. So yeah, so we cut them into, or Allison cut them into those little pieces. So take the whole thing out and put it in here. You can leave it on the tray. I was basically turning it on to see how loud it was going to be if I tried to talk while it was on. If anything, I might just do a voiceover if there's something I need to say, but for the most part, we're just going to unwrap the 4 containers that we have that we need to process.
My hands are cold. Yeah.
We still have, so we butchered both pigs. We've only broken down we've broken down 1 whole pig, and then half of a whole pig is still inside our deep freezer. And then, like I said, the other half we gave to Allison and her husband Bradley, the chefs, our neighbors, as payment for helping us break down our pigs. So basically, like if you was to bring your pig to the butcher and they would break it down for you into like the pieces that you want. And so the first time I just had Allison break down the belly for bacon, future bacon. I'll have to take you guys along with me for curing my own bacon. So I break them down, and then I made broth. I kept the tenderloin and the bigger loin. I kept the ribs, and then on one side I kept the ham to make a Thanksgiving ham, but for the most part I just asked her to cube everything up. So I have my kitchen scale right here, and I'm gonna put it on
You didn't need this one?
ounces, because I'm gonna freeze these into 16 ounce. So I'm gonna use this. Like, I can't even believe, like, look how great that looks. That's insane. But I'm gonna use this to measure out 16 ounces, because I'm gonna freeze them into 1 pound ground pork. And if I want to make sausage, I can just season it with sausage seasonings like sage or fennel, thyme, stuff that gives it that sausage taste. So that is 16 ounces, basically. It says 15.9, and we're going to portion them out. It keeps going from 16 to 15.9, but we're going to portion them out, and then we'll see how many pounds we got.
I was so excited to do this process. It seemed almost surreal knowing that we bought these piglets, we raised them, they had babies, and then now the babies are the ones that we raised ourselves, butchered, so we know exactly what came, like the process to feed them and the cost and everything. We still have a half of pork inside of our freezer that we need to break down, and I decided for that one I'm just going to grind that whole half of pork. And then we still have our big daddy pig that we're going to end up butchering pretty soon. And I'll probably try next time we break down the half of pig, show that video. That I'm not sure if I'll put it here on YouTube or Instagram, but I do lots of updates on Instagram. You can find me over at Instagram at Faith Family Homestead _ and I do lots of reels if you're more interested in the homesteading style. I know that YouTube has classified me as a gardening channel, and so a lot of my homesteading videos, like when we're processing stuff like that, does not really do good here on on YouTube, and so I've been showing them over on Instagram. So if you're more interested in that type of content, you can definitely catch me over on Instagram, and I'll be over there with more of content like this.
So we just finished wrapping all of these. We got 8 pounds of ground pork, and like I said, we still have half of a pig to butcher. This was just from one side of the pig. Is it from one side of the pig? Is this from one whole pig? I don't really remember, but we have 8 pounds of our own ground pork from our pigs that we raised. We still have a half a pig inside of our deep freezer that we need to break down, and so we'll definitely be grinding some more ground pork. And like, I can use this for spaghetti, I can use it for lasagna, I can use it for anything that calls for ground meat, but I think what I'm going to use it for is for sausage, so that I don't have to buy sausage from the store and I can just flavor it. Because when I buy turkey sausage from the store, or turkey from the store, sometimes I flavor it when I run out of turkey that's been pre-flavored. So that is what I'm going to be doing with all packs of these. I just wrapped it and put it in parchment, and then wrapped it in plastic that I got, like the big one from Costco, and they'll freeze perfect in it. I'm gonna write on it that it's ground pork so that I know. And now that we got this all processed, the only thing that's left inside of our deep freezers is the ribs, the pork loin, and pork chops and bacon. And now we can officially go ahead and break down the other pig. This is what we were really waiting on before we broke down the other pig. It's because I didn't have room in my freezer, but now that I got these into pre-portioned smaller packages that can fit nice and neat in the freezer, we'll go ahead. Maybe I'll bring you guys along with us as we break down the other half of the pig while Allison's here. Now that we got this all done, I'm gonna go sit this in the freezer so that it can get back cooling, and then we'll break down the food processor or the meat grinder and see how easy it is to clean and all of the things. So this bag right here is the bag of the half of pig, and then we have a small pork tenderloin there. I'm pretty sure these are ribs, so we're just going to put the rest of these in here.
Oh yeah,
and then we have this whole other pig in here, that half of the pig that we're gonna need to break down. So we're gonna we don't have a dishwasher or anything like that, so we're gonna have to hand clean all of this stuff. Yeah. And just put it in there.
That's extra brown.
Then you can take out the blade. Whoa. You can see there's still some pork in there that didn't go through. We'll just give that to our dogs. So we'll have to clean that, and we'll have to clean the top off.
Just say you gotta rip this